What is going on, buddy?
Hello!
It is Pixartist here, and welcome back to Virtue's Last Reward, where we left off. We're going down a new path once again.
Yep.
We hit a bit of a dead end where we were before, with Dio playing his sick Dio games with us. Where
Dio being Dio.
we were on death's door, waiting for the injection to come through, but we're locked on that. But we've unlocked this path over here, back where we can, with our new IG knowledge, go back into the laboratory with all of our smart peeps and see what we can do to potentially replicate a cure of some kind.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said my Tenmyoji theory.
You have. And I said my theory that this could be a compressed area to potentially force a cure to come through. Because let's be honest, if you've got people that can fucking go through timelines like this,
Yeah.
then it would be kind of handy to do that, where you can have all of this knowledge going through at once instead of other stuff. Is that theory serious? Not quite. That's like a 5% accurate theory of what I think would actually happen. But I love throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. Like the moon.
So you should have thrown the disclaimer at the previous episode so people...
I mean, I think people get that about me. That like when I go off the wall, I'm not super serious.
Listen, Evan, not always.
Sometimes I feel like I'm cooking. I'll be honest. That's one of those where I'm not confident in my spices, though.
Okay.
Yes.
Where's this IG replicator thing?
Fucking spices.
Right here. See?
So this can copy the Accelavir?
I think so.
What are we waiting for?
Calm down, all right? Don't rush me. I carefully lowered the small vial of Accelavir into the slot on the side of the machine.
Interesting.
An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably, that was where the duplicated Accelavir would go. Ready? When I push this button, it should...
Skip it. Just press the damn thing.
Wow.
Right. And presto. And now we lose all of the Accelavir.
Yeah, I was going to say, it just evaporates
it swallows it. It was a failure, and we have nothing now. Well,
Is it just
did it
me or
work?
does it look different?
Have a look.
I can't tell if it looks lighter, if it looks like it's
The empty
half.
vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not
Okay.
seem to have lost any of its contents.
Okay.
That's true because
So,
it has a
it
label.
worked?
The other one has a
Yeah.
label, so.
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this thing back to the infirmary.
Oh.
I reached down and pulled both vials from the machine, intending to slip them deftly into my pocket. Oops. Shit.
What happened?
I'm sorry. My hand slipped.
You dropped one of them?
You know, that's
It didn't break. It just rolled.
another thing to show that my theory is absolute dog bullshit is that if the Accelavir exists and they have the machine that can duplicate it, why not do it already?
Yeah.
Like, what was the point of giving us the tools? I mean, I suppose that we technically came up with the idea to copy it, but I imagine that the researchers before, but this game is fucking, yeah. Just one,
What
though.
in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Looks at Dio. Come
Yeah.
on. If it'd broken, then we could have just made another copy. Poor Tenmyoji could reply, if I spoke. It's probably going to be diluted each
guys?
time. Surprised to hear her voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the table.
You see? It did break.
No, the vial's fine.
Yeah, calm down. Jesus.
But there's a body down there. She held it up with one hand but didn't move her eyes.
Then what the heck is going on down there?
Take a look.
It's in a book.
She slid back from the table, quickly and silently. The rest of us bent down to look. She's backing like away like the fucking snake down there.
Oh.
Well, shit. Hey, there's the 2 bomb.
Yeah.
A bomb?
Whoa. Really? That makes 2 then.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
So it
Hey,
would
you.
seem.
Goddamn.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
Yeah, and you know who found the bomb again? Fucking Fi!
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
But I mean, we know that Dio's doing something with it.
Who the hell would do that?
Yeah.
But here's something to think about. If us going through the Dio ending, where he's got that device there,
Yep.
if he was the one that we thought we had the knowledge planted the bombs, you'd think that would unlock those endings.
Yeah.
But they are still locked as if we don't have all the pieces of that puzzle yet. Because we don't. If we were all out looking for Alice, it could have been any of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
Okay, that's 2 down.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect. Is that right?
Yeah, Quark's off the list too.
Quark's
But
definitely
Tenryoji,
off.
You have no proof that you spent the entire time in the infirmary.
That's
do you?
true.
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane.
I know, I've had this idea before in another life.
Listen to yourself. There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
Tenryoji was still staring furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
Beep! Presses the button to set it off. Turn time to see her grab something from under the table.
It looks like a memory card.
Huh.
Where was it?
Interesting.
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb?
Someone set up a spot.
There was nothing like it here when we examined this room.
Do you think they dropped it accidentally?
Unless it was left here intentionally, yes. I imagine so.
What do you think's on it?
Let's take a look. Gotta see it for a minute.
Yeah, I guess so.
I plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. What could it go to? Shoot. No dice. I need to plug it into something that can read memory cards, but I don't see anything here.
So what do we do?
Come on, if I knew I'd be doing it.
10 minutes remain until
Yeah, the AB game's still a problem.
polling
Yeah.
closes. All players, please enter your votes.
I'm trying to remember who I'm playing against in this
If no
round.
vote
Yeah.
is
This has been a little bit-
recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
The usual stuff.
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the top floor.
Yeah, you're right. We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
I'll leave it alone for
The
now.
way
It's
he
fine.
put
We
it.
can't do except leave it here.
What do we
Alice
do
said
about
it'd be
the
dangerous to touch them.
bomb?
Yeah.
True, but
Drop it.
But
We
nothing.
can talk about the bombs later. Right now, we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Drop it.
Right. So go back to the infirmary, give them the Accelavir, then head to the Floor A warehouse.
Right.
Use all of the Accelavir we have and lose it.
Mm.
On 2 people, the rest of us
Yes,
go
I'll do
fucking
it.
insane.
It might take a little while, but they should recover.
Her voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark,
Allison Clark.
and her hand was the injection gun. She carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet, with the other one. While we were in the laboratory, Luna had moved Quark to a crude cot. They both looked peaceful as they slept.
Not gonna lie, I would have made 3 so you'd still have a backup.
Exactly, we've used it all now.
Not just use it all. That's really stupid.
Uh-huh. The madness I'd seen on their faces before was completely gone.
Are they really going to be all right?
The analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Accelavir.
You should have made
the original
more.
was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated,
it's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
Should have made
I
more.
believe so, yes.
We'll hope they're the only 2
Oh,
infected.
man. What a relief. I was really worried.
Clover grinned. Agreed. He gave her a reassuring pat on the back. 10 seconds. Oh,
5
shit.
minutes remain until
5 minutes. Yeah, we get
All
it.
right, everybody. We can be relieved later. Right now, we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Honestly, we might have
Damn.
thought to make one more if it weren't for the bomb distracting us.
That too.
Don't even have time to catch our breath.
Nope. Come on, let's go.
Vominos.
Floor A warehouse is waiting. Because, yeah, I can't remember what exactly... I don't think we were teamed with Fi again. Were we on this one? Or we might have been.
Maybe?
I think this one might have been where we had doubled down. Yeah, we did get doubled down with Fi because we had the command center and stuff. So Fi's our teammate again. But... Huh? Where's Tenmyoji?
He stayed back in the infirmary.
What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us. And this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Fi's only opponent will be Dio.
1-on-1, huh?
So she's not with us.
That's
Oh,
cool.
never mind.
Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally.
No, you
You know
don't.
why?
Because I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... Well, we know what happens then.
Yeah, like
I
what you
wanna
did to
win.
us.
I'm not that desperate. You see what I'm saying?
Lying bitch.
It's like awkward timing on that one.
Yeah.
Tenmyoji only had one BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, Fi can't really pick anything else.
Oh,
If she
true.
does, Tenmyoji will...
Damn. Fi's in a hell of a spot.
Oh god, yeah, this is actually going to be really
Yeah, that's
interesting.
pretty much it.
That might be the most interesting AB game that we've seen so far.
Oh my
On
god.
both the solo and the other side, to have a 1-on-1 where either side has someone that can die if someone else votes
God.
betray. Interesting.
Fi is in such a sucky situation.
One-on-one
Uh-huh.
too, right?
Because Fi's like, do I trust this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Because if I don't and I'm wrong, I kill Tenmyoji. Like, that's on her.
Yeah.
Since
Woo-wee.
Quark's still sleeping,
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
This will be a tough one then.
If one of them can get the other to ally and then betray that person, the betrayer will have 9 points. Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but...
I know. You would like us both to vote Ally, yes?
Yeah.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
Right. Okay, good. You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes,
Promise?
promise.
Better not fuck her over.
1 minute remains.
I don't care about Clover now.
Yeah.
Polling closes.
So are we teamed with...
Shit, this is bad. We need to move, now.
Indeed. Shall we?
Let's go! DOK and Fi and Clover all took off immediately, heading into different AB rooms. Counting from the left, Dio went to the room 3, K went to room 4, Fi and Clover went to room 5 and 6 respectively. They left Luna and myself. What do you think about taking the one on the far left?
Sounds good.
That's right, we're with her.
With that settled, we head into AB room number 1.
My wife.
So are we voting against...
I think Alice. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that seems about right.
And she's doing ally. Because she's out.
All right. Luna, talk to me.
30
Convince me
seconds
not to kill that girl.
until Amberdex game polling closes.
You need to really convince me.
Oh my god.
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary. So,
You're saying we should pick Ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway. I know. I know. It's not really fair to betray somebody who isn't voting. Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile.
Aww.
Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. Oh, I grinned over. For a minute, the notary game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds
After
remain
all.
until
My God.
Amberdex game polling closes.
I'm about to get a month's worth of payback.
Oh my god.
8, 7, 6, 5,
Just count down faster.
4,
Count
3,
down faster.
1.
That's so fucked, though. We made a cure specifically for her.
Uh-huh. I mean, I didn't. I gave the
Administered it.
idea.
No, Sigma did it.
No, Luna administered it. Luna did both of
No,
them.
but Sigma made a duplicate for Alice.
I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. I've been waiting so long
But my
for the
wife-
opportunity. Oh, your wife is fine.
My
She gets to live.
wife.
Alice.
I care about
Sayonara.
how she feels about
Goodbye.
me.
And the best part is, this is going to be a bad
Round
ending.
2.
They're gonna fucking shank us for killing Alice. Let's get
Probably.
this right. Whew.
Results will be displayed in
But-
the warehouse.
This is worth it.
Thank you for your
This is what I wanted. This is what I needed.
Ambidex gates now opening.
I can't wait for Luna to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Hoo-wee! But I'll eat that
You
bullet
just
right
hear
now.
it now, like, Sigma, how could you?
Luna and I stepped out of the AB room.
Why?
Yeah.
What happened to... It's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting.
I lied. It's not fair to steal hundreds of dollars from little YouTube peoples.
From little YouTube peoples, that's us.
Tonight, we dine in hell.
Oh my god.
There was nothing I could think of to say. Even I didn't really understand why I'd picked betray instead. It was the people behind me that did it. It almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making the decision. Perhaps I had been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved my finger to the betray button against my will.
That evil spirit's named Evan.
Yes, it is. Right, well, we should go see the results.
We already know what they are. It's just simple math.
Only for us. Watch everyone else have done the wrong thing. We've got 3 people dead right now. The look in her eyes was more painful than any punch I'd ever taken. I turned away and almost ran toward the projector. Anything to get away from those eyes.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game
Ambidex
will
game.
now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Thank you. All right, let's see how many people ended up dying here. Let's see if fire. Well, so
Fire.
over here. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
What?
Wait.
Oh my god. Betray across the board? How?
That would mean that Alice got to her room.
Yeah.
That's the only way that's possible. The Fi and Dio thing, that makes sense. You know, that's fair. The, boy, you know
If
what?
we had picked Ally, we'd be dead.
There's about to be a lot of hands thrown across this fucking game.
Oh my god.
That's a first
I think
right there.
picking Ally was the bad ending, because we'd be dead.
I'll be honest. I did not, I mean, they fucking, God, they took it from me. My one chance of redemption. And they fucking stole it from me.
Inassigned or subtracted accordingly.
It was supposed to be guaranteed.
I
She was
was-
about to go to,
Fi was smart though.
how?
My girl was
No.
smart.
Yes, for the most part, she took a risk.
Yeah.
Believing that Dio would do it. Maybe she's got some of that brainification going on, though. It's been a little bit since she's talked about that, but she's got that brainification going on. But how? Alice should be out cold,
Yeah.
and you have to be verified by your watch to get in your room. Otherwise, it says before, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Remember Dio tried it when he got pulled out of his room by
Uh-huh.
Fi? She should be, like, asleep
Please
still.
check your bracelet to see
Unless
your
Tenmyoji
updated
managed to wake
bracelet points.
both of them up? But did she... But how...
Because we were the last ones in, remember?
Uh-huh. I mean, we still had... I guess there was a little bit of time. She could have run in afterwards, but she hasn't walked out.
Yeah. Yeah, she wasn't looking at the screen. She wasn't one of the people looking at the screen.
Unless she's waiting in there to say, surprise, motherfucker. You were gonna kill me? What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again.
Well, also, Evan, let me direct your attention to the fact that we wouldn't have killed her. Look at her BP.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right. I don't know why I thought she
After
was that
all
way.
that, you thought she was gonna die. No. It's us.
Damn it.
It's us.
Listen, it's been so long since we've been on between routes. I'm used to her having 1 BP in the past few.
Yeah. But no, it's us
No,
here.
How can Alice's vote be betray? That's not possible.
Oh, God, that's scary.
I don't like how she's standing. Alice? She was standing inside the second room from the left.
Oh.
That's fucking terrifying.
Right next to where we were.
The room that should have been empty. Why? My mind was still reeling.
You know
Where
what
did she come
you know what
from?
She looks like the
What?
fucking Big Bird meme.
Oh my
He
god.
breaks down the door.
Yeah. Holy shit. As I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move toward us.
Ugh.
From around me, I hear a chorus of muted gasps. It seemed we were united in our surprise and confusion. Alice drew to a stop in front of me and glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh? Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it? Coward.
You were about to kill me!
Yeah!
Me, a coward? You've got some balls saying that to me after you picked Betray. Why are you even here?
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you? Tenmyoji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
And then tried to
honestly.
kill us?
And then you tried to kill me?
You should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yeah, that's the big
Yes,
one.
well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible. I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people, a result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
You fucking bitch. Okay.
And then tried to kill us.
So you showed up right after we'd gone into the AB room?
Yes. Right in the nick of time, too. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose betray. If I'd stayed back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Yes.
The defensive what? No, losing 2 points?
No,
because
because you, if we picked Ally, she'd be walking out of here.
That's beyond self-defense. That's selfishness.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm calling bullshit on her.
You're full of shit. Self-defense, my ass. You chose betray
Sigma
because
sounds
you
like
wanted
you right
out.
now. That's what you said.
You had 6 BP. If I'd picked Ally, you would have had 9. That's what you were trying to do, right?
So what if I was?
Are you serious? You two would have killed me.
Yeah, you too.
Or you would have killed me. Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid. I knew you'd choose betray.
No,
There
you
was-
wouldn't. Nope.
Tell the truth.
That is the truth.
Nuh-uh.
Why am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
Yeah. I want to talk about that, Fi and
Yes.
Dio.
If Dio had chosen Ally, Fi would have killed Tenmyoji. And if she'd chosen Ally, Dio would have killed her.
I don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked. If either one had chosen Ally, the other one would have 9 BP right now.
But yeah, they both said, oh, promise to Ally, and they both betrayed.
Yeah. I turned to look at the results again. Before I'd only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized that there was only one word all across the roster. Betray. Whatever trust we managed to build had fallen apart.
Yeah.
Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Or had it been something else? Whatever the reason, if it kept up, we'd never manage to escape. We'd be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Alright guys, pay attention. You've probably already all figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we're never going to get out of here. We need to work together. Might as well have been talking to a wall.
My apologies, Sigma, but I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
Okay.
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution. Sorry.
Well, you are a rogue, so. In one life. At 2, fine.
Sorry.
Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse. Dio and Kay quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here. Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Hold on! I'm coming! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
Aw.
I watched them walk away. Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back.
They're gay!
Like a fucking chihuahua. Before long, they'd reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond it.
Oh my god, they were roommates. Hi, Luna.
Holy shit.
She can't be too mad at us now.
No, get a load of that.
Everyone's gone.
Yeah?
What even are our watches? Like.
You aren't gonna leave too?
No.
Aw.
Are you sure? I chose Betray.
No, but I still believe in you, Sigma.
I would have died if not, so.
Your hand must have just slipped or something.
Oh.
I also almost died, so. My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes.
Tears.
Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse. And then the announcement. Everyone's gone already.
The Amberjack's gates
Have
have
clo-
round
yep, round
three.
three. Is that round?
There is the Amberjack.
Yep, as many times as you want. As many times as we want, huh?
Yes, as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over, too. Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet?
Why?
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all
As soon as the gates close.
Solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Rip, homie. Yeah, I remember. Let's see here. I'm a cyan pair. What about you?
Oh.
Damn it!
A pair.
That means we can't go in anything with you. I mean, there's only one choice in the next door, so.
Yeah.
I wonder what the others
It
are.
could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
Yeah, and everyone left.
We've got about 80 minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. So what should we do now?
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Yeah? Physically and emotionally. I really don't like how this is going. It won't matter how many times we repeat the AB game if nobody trusts anyone else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal. Something to unite our hearts and minds.
Yeah, but we've already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. That seems like a pretty clear goal to me, but everybody chose Betray, including me.
Well, what if we have an enemy?
An enemy?
Yes, a common foe. Like the person who set the bombs, for instance.
After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb while she gave Allison Quark the Accelavir. Huh. Yeah, that might work.
Dio.
If we can figure out which one of us planted those bombs, then everyone else will work together against them. But how do we figure out who it is?
Well, do you have any clues?
Clues, huh?
God, she's so good.
Yes,
I
that's
love
right.
her. I've missed her.
The memory card. I pulled it out of my pocket and held it out toward her.
What's this?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped
Really?
it. Yeah. I don't know what's on it, though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader.
I guess we can't really use it then.
Or can we?
Oh, wait a second. You know what? I think I might have seen something.
Huh?
Yes, I remember.
The infirmary TV has one.
Infirmary.
Yep.
I saw
Uh-huh.
it when I was searching the infirmary with Theo and Quark. There was a memory card just like that one.
Fuck yeah. Then,
Yes. I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
She's so precious.
huh. All right. Noon and I explode into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover, and Tenmyoji. Fuck off, kids. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we'd left him, asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
Fuck off. I opened my mouth to retort, then thought better of it.
No, yeah,
If I really wanted people to start trusting each other, well, real change starts at home.
real change starts at home. Why does that
Quickly
sound
as
like
I
a
could,
tagline?
I explained the second bomb in the memory card, and I would come to the infirmary in hopes that we could discover the contents of the ladder.
Real change starts at home.
Okay.
Then stick it in already.
Go ahead.
Okay, careful. Clover. Right. You gotta say that again? Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot on the screen, exactly the right size to fit a memory card.
Nice.
And an annoying fucking car. Within moments, the screen was
Do you think
filled
that
with...
got picked up on the mic?
I didn't realize there's cars in space.
Okay.
Oh, that definitely got picked up on the mic, though. Within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters.
Whoa.
Well, what
Is it a
the
word search?
fuck is this? I see one in the middle. That's all I've found.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's the only. Well, actually, it repeats. Those lines repeat.
Oh, really?
Both lines repeat. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
you're right.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
Yeah.
What is this?
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set. In other
Huh.
words, the first two rows just repeat. Yeah.
Is this some kind of code or something?
Doesn't look random to me.
Should I be writing this
I
down?
think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
I don't have enough brain power to fucking even remotely try and process what is
Was
going
there
on
anything
here.
else on there? No, it doesn't look like it.
So all we get is this gibberish. Hey, Alice, you haven't said anything for a while. What's up?
Does any of this look familiar to you, Clover?
Oh.
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
Training?
We know what her training is.
Yeah.
So you do recognize it.
All right, knock it off.
All right, if you two are going to
How
speak
about you
like
share it
that,
with the rest of the
we're about to
class?
lock this room down. You better speak the fuck up. Alice sighed and stretched her neck from side to side. She ready to fucking
I believe
square up?
This is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
What?
Well, that's right to the
They
chase.
call themselves the Myrmidons.
Myrmidons. For some reason, I felt like I'd heard that name before. Tingling in my fucking head.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put
Dios.
simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb? It was set by one of the Myrmidons,
Well-
wasn't it?
Yes. Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Damn, I've got a ton of questions for you. But let me start with this one.
What's it say?
What the heck does that thing say?
I don't know.
What?
How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
What about you, Clover?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
I wonder if the ninth lion ate the sun memento mori thing is somehow part of it, but I don't know.
See.
Not much we can do then. We can come back to that code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice, Clover, who the hell are you? Why do you know about this code?
That's...
You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of this state or something like that. Just what the hell kind of a job is that? I think it's time you told us what you do. Friends?
Sorry, but I can't.
I will slap you into next country, Jesus Christ.
Next
Why
country?
not?
Because you might be one of them.
What?
You might be the person who set the bomb.
I can't say that your fear is misplaced because one of them is quite frankly amongst us, we know.
Yeah.
That's idiotic. Of course
Really?
I'm not.
And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I'm not your enemy. It depends how you want to define that, quite frankly, but I'm your
Then why didn't you
ally.
pick ally, she's gonna say.
I'm your friend. I just want all of us to get out of here. Just please tell us. Please. We need to find out who did this so we can all escape. But we have too little information. We need your help. Fine. If you won't tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Really?
Before I could blink, she leapt up and run out of the room.
Why?
Hey, wait, Alice. I took off after her.
Why'd she run?
I know, it's a very interesting
Why are you
reaction.
running? Why are you
How
running?
long are you going to keep following me?
Until you tell us.
Until you tell me what you
Then
know.
why don't you just ask Clover?
Clover.
I already know she works with me.
Well,
Then
yeah.
why don't you?
I wanted to hear it from you.
Why?
That's a good question. Remember the crew quarters? Or this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than anybody else here. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious about you.
What are you talking about?
That's a new animation.
No, they've used that before. Usually when she's trying to, she did that when she was trying to show off
that's
before.
right.
She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond.
Yeah, use flattery.
I stayed silent. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before
No,
she began
this
to
bench
speak.
is only for Luna.
You don't hate me?
What? Why?
I tried to kill you.
You've done more than that to me, but... You mean in the AB game?
I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game. And then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could. Things just went downhill from there.
What do you
I
mean?
remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying. And everything looked... I don't know how to describe it. It was like watching a video on fast forward,
Yep.
only it was real.
There we
Then
go.
I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
That was probably the Radical Six.
Yes, I think so. I don't remember much after that. But when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could. It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you. God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you? Just do it!
What? Do what?
Kill me! Get it
Wow.
over with!
What the hell, Alice? I'm not going to kill you. I don't even hate you.
You're lying! I could have killed you! I would have killed you!
Come on, calm down. No one's killing anyone. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. Then another and another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek and off, taking her tears with it.
Why are you doing this? You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
That's who you were after, right? People who killed your dad?
Yes.
They have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
I can't tell you.
We promised not to tell Clover that I cried.
Oh.
Come on.
Keep your mouth shut. I'll tell you what you want to know. About myself. And about the Myrmidons. Deal?
Sure. My lips are sealed.
Really?
What crying? I don't remember any crying.
Good. Alright then.
Alice took a deep breath and began. It might be your turn.
Do you feel bad?
We'll see. But now it's your turn.
Oh, God.
You've got this.
I haven't done her voice in so long.
Because she's usually asleep or dead.
Oh, my God. You've never really got to, like, bond with her.
No. Everything I've had is usually out of pure hatred.
Also, fourth wall breaking too. That whole Alice effect thing.
Exactly. That's most of it.
Yeah.
For
My
But-
father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation and married shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the US. My father was a scientist and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which was why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. But by my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had always been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came and went with no sign of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. Several years later, you learned that? For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her, as a single mother alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. Damn, yeah.
Yeah.
She did her best not to let me see it, but every so often she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away, and in every line of her face, I could see exhaustion and loneliness. That was a hell of a sentence. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he had never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student and did especially well in math. I earned a full-ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying.
Damn!
Nice! After graduation, I took a job with the Department of Defense, hoping that they might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of Internal Security. Hell yeah!
Soy sauce.
Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought that they had been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. The Myrmidons apparently believed that they could use cloning to create a new race of humans. Now, at last, I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left, as we know.
Yep.
We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. About that, the Myrmidons are closely associated with the cult known as Free the Soul. We believe that Free the Soul provides their funding. But trying to pin any kind of misdeeds on the cult's leader, a man named Brother, it's like trying to nail Jell-O to a wall. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. Interesting. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then one day, I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. So that's why she was there? On the way
Well,
there,
she
my car
explained
had
that
some
before.
engine trouble and stalled out. That's right.
Because Clover had explained that she was on the way there.
I remember now.
She then raises, I mean, it's something we didn't really talk about before because I don't think it was said as directly by Clover, but this directly, Alice states that they had intel that Myrmidons were there, which would mean that some of the people involved in 999 would be Myrmidons. Otherwise, that would just be a false
But also,
flag, which would be a little weird,
why
but
is she dressed like that and why is she barefoot?
less suspicious that way.
Really? Less suspicious?
Listen, you see that? You don't think, oh, that's a government agent right there.
No, we think that's a thought-out mummy.
Exactly.
I was trying to decide what to do when an SUV appeared out of nowhere. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Clover. That was the first time we met. What a way to meet.
Yeah.
There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, I got what was just about the last answer I'd expected. They told me they'd been locked up inside of the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down.
I know I'm interrupting a very important moment.
Yeah.
But I'm going to bring forward a theory that if I can flesh it out correctly, because I had the thought wash my brain, might actually have something to do with connecting the fact of Myrmidons and why this game is going on. Because Luna and Santa ran the 999 game.
Luna and Santa?
Fucking goddamn
Akane?
Akane.
Yeah.
That's just because June, Luna, that's just they're two.
Not even close.
Anyways, Akane, and they ran the game to help save Akane. And let's bring this up to where
And I know we learned Santa's real name, but I don't remember it, so that's why I'm saying Santa.
Here's my thought of what's actually going on here.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, I want to flesh it out a little bit, but because the point of the second Nonary game was to save Akane because she was in this weird limbo where she was alive but dead at the same time, and she was like dying as the game progressed until we got to the proper ending.
Yeah.
What if that is a fault of the Myrmidons? The original Akane was dead. Akane died in the first Nonary game, which is where Akane's existence in the second in the second Nonary game was weird, and that was the whole limbo thing. She was dead and alive at the same time.
Yeah.
What if the Akane that we knew was a clone, a Myrmidon, and after Akane's original demise, what if like a flaw of the Myrmidons is if the original, something happens to them, it affects all of the clones afterwards.
Huh.
And so that's a flaw of their whole situation, and potentially maybe that's what is going on here with this game is more if what I'm saying makes sense. I'm trying to bridge the two together, but hopefully the first part of my theory makes sense.
I guess,
I think
but
that
like
would
not
add
all
to the
Myrmidons are clones though, because it's a cult.
Yes, but the cult is based off of cloning to build the ranks.
Yeah,
that's their whole thing.
But
I'm just putting that out there as like a thing for now, but let's let it go ahead still and you can keep going.
in fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. That's what Clover said.
Yeah.
Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had instigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons.
Ah, damn it. There goes everything immediately right afterwards in 1 minute.
Gotcha! We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. Free the Soul, that's the group.
Yes.
There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. A middle-aged man, who I'll just call H for now, had been bound and placed in the trunk.
See ya, Ace.
According to the other four, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. Yep, there's his stupid younger ass. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player in the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. Interesting. More specifically, I suppose, H was a member of Free the Soul and very committed to their cause. So why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently he had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called the morphogenic field. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try and give you a quick rundown.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Simply put, these people can access a sort of field that allows their consciousness to resonate with the consciousness of certain other people. To be honest, it might be simpler to just call it telepathy. The SOIS had heard of this particular ability before, and had actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its existence. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. My bosses decided that we needed more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiment, we knew she had the ability to access the morphogenic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use.
Morphogenetic.
Morphogenetic. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hope that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last I had a chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that change pass me by. Chance, not change.
There we go.
Perhaps that was what kept me from noticing the truth. Listen, I'm reading a lot of words.
I know you are.
The whole operation was a trap. It's a trap. The lab was fake and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last, in a basement room, I found her. She'd been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. What?
Well, that's news.
She didn't say that. It was my father.
Oh.
He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. Wow! He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. Yeah, they had beaten him to death. Wow!
Well, Clover didn't tell us that one.
No, she's like, I don't think Alice would want me to say that. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He'd said that unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters of the SOIS to do likewise. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they'd killed him. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me. Or that once he was gone, I'd lose my reason for chasing them. They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console myself with the fact that I had at least been able to save her. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There in the morgue with my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand to look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers, comprised of 8s and 9s.
Huh.
It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He had carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. Damn!
Well, okay.
I broke down crying right there in the morgue, rightfully so.
Yeah, fair.
Holy shit! He used his own body as like a last message.
Yeah.
They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there were no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness. Not for the monsters who'd put my father through this. They destroyed my family. I would make them pay, even if I had to die to do it. That night I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out that the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. Oh. They pointed to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the Motherlode.
Motherlode, yeah.
We'd been looking for the headquarters of the Myrmidons. That's not how I've ever seen Motherlode spelled before. Usually it's like Motherload all as one word, but
yeah.
I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He'd sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time our operation would succeed. This time I wouldn't let my excitement put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time, we gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. December 25th, 2028 was going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But then on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared.
And why?
Yeah.
So you inhaled that gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AB room?
Yes.
Need some water.
Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Yeah. Thanks. He gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up. I am the traitor! Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but here's still one big question.
Which is?
Who here is a Myrmidon?
Yeah.
One of us planted the bombs. And based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that person is a Myrmidon.
Well, we know already.
Right?
Yes.
And I agree that we need to figure out who they
What
are.
do you propose we do?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
Clues? Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but...
How can we do that?
I told you. We need a key. Without that, it's pointless.
What's a key?
A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. The Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Wait. A long string of numbers? Could that be...
Oh!
Seven 8153610988380942419905551.
What the hell?
I was almost as surprised as she was. The numbers had just kind of appeared in my mind and I was saying them before I knew what I was doing. Alice looked at me incredulously and I stared back.
Where did... Wait. Can you say that again?
7815361098838094241990551.
That's 198,449,351 to the third power.
We're meant to be, baby. What?
That number you just told me. Prime factor decomposition on that number gets you 198,449,351 to the third power.
You're talking about reducing an integer to a series of prime numbers that you multiply together to get it, right? Like, you have 30, then you'd get 2 times 3 times 5, right?
Exactly. You probably learned that in junior high, right?
So you're saying that 19 is a prime? And if you multiply it by itself 3 times, you'd get everything I just said. I'm going to save myself some time. Don't tell me you just did all that in your head.
I did do all of that in my head.
Damn.
Simple mental arithmetic.
No way. That's impossible.
I told you. I'm better at math than most people.
That's not better at math.
Look at you. You just recited a huge string of numbers. That seems pretty astounding, too.
You know what? Fair.
Where did you find that number anyway?
I didn't know what to say. What would I tell her? That it just came to me?
Can't tell me, huh? Fine. I'm pretty sure that's the key to the code, though. I know the Myrmidons use prime factors for their keys. And there aren't a lot of 25-digit numbers that turn out to be the third power of a prime number. I think there's a very good chance that number you memorized was specifically created by someone.
Could you explain that with small words?
Look at the prime factors of your number. 198,449,351 to the third power. I think that's our hint for cracking the code. You still don't get it? Try to remember the code we saw in the infirmary. What did it say on the monitor?
I think the first row was...
Dude, Sigma's photographic memory, though.
I think. Then they just repeat.
Wow, you've got a pretty impressive memory.
Thanks.
Could really use someone like you back at the...
Well, keep going. How do we decode that?
You use 198,449,351 to point you to the right letters.
How do we do that?
Well, the first number is 1, so take the first letter. The next number is
The
9,
C.
so go 9 letters over from the first one.
You're going to do that for me,
Then
right?
8 from that one.
Please just do
Just
that for
keep
me.
going until you get something.
Please you do that for me.
Makes sense?
No.
I ran over what she'd said in my head. Prime number Alice had given me was one. Please don't make me do it. What would we get if we picked out letters like she'd explained? First letter would be C from the top left. Then you'd move 9 to the right, which would give you O. And then 8 more to the right. Eventually we'd get a word. And that word was... God, can you write this down for a moment?
He decoded the
6 chances.
password using
I have 6
the 198449351.
Just write down that code because it's going to put us onto the letters probably after that.
Where is...
We literally have 6 chances or we're done.
Where's my phone?
Oh my god, am I the only one with my phone on me somehow? Where's your phone? You had it.
I don't know where it is. Where is it? Oh, found it.
There we go. So
Okay.
that as long as you can keep track of...
So what am I keeping track of?
Go onto a note so you can write down the 198449351.
Okay.
That's the first thing to keep track of because then I'm just going to fucking...
198... What? 19... Tell me.
449.
Okay.
351.
351. Okay.
Okay, we got 6 chances, otherwise we're done. Now keep that there because
So
I'll
we
just
got
go ahead.
C.
Oh,
The code sheet won't be displayed when you input your answer, so be wise to solve it now.
oh my god, fucking... Okay,
so while it's here.
So the code sheet is going to disappear, so fuck me on that
So we
front.
have to solve it now. Okay,
Okay, but
first
thank you
it's
for doing
C,
that.
and
So
then
C.
it's O.
So then it goes to O.
And then
I'm gonna,
9,
I'm
or
gonna
8.
say 8, so I'm going to do...
8 from the O on the top.
Yeah. So give me 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's an M.
All right.
Keep going with the numbers.
4.
IOVP.
All right. Comp. 4 again.
BYOL.
All right. 9.
Hold on. WXYPXSVZE.
It's gonna be complete. Is it COMPLE?
Just keep going. Don't distract me. Just keep going.
3.
3. And I was on the E.
Yeah.
QGT.
Yep. And then 5. Or completed, I guess.
E.
And then 1.
D.
Yeah, completed.
Okay, so, all right.
Remember, closing the window will take you to the input screen.
Okay,
Completed! I guess you could call this puzzle completed.
I assume maybe that was the person saying they completed the job and put all the bombs down, potentially.
Probably.
Oh my god. All right. I did it. Completed. That's it. That's the answer.
Completed? Are you sure?
Yeah. I did exactly what you told me to do. And the word I got is completed.
It's because we're a robot.
Well, actually, it's completed.
Oh, true.
The code and the letters repeat every 2 lines. It just repeats.
Well, I can't remember the code like you can, but if you're certain, I believe you.
I'm definitely certain.
All right, then. I wonder what completed is supposed to mean, though.
What? Aside from the obvious, you mean? I'm guessing here it means mission complete. So that's what the transmitter was for. The transmitter? What?
What are you talking about? What transmitter?
I barely even heard her. Suddenly my mind was full of memories that hadn't been there a moment before. It was like a wave had washed away the sand, revealing a bed of precious gems underneath. Ugh.
Holy Father, Holy Brother, Holy Master, my sacred mission is at last complete. With these two hands, mankind is saved. I am your will made flesh. In your name, I give thanks.
Damn it. Why hadn't I realized it before? I could remember a series of numbers, but not this? At least I remembered it now. Dio was a member of the Myrmidons. Not just any member. He was their leader. That meant he had to be the one who'd planted the bombs.
Hey, are you listening to me?
Yeah.
Then answer my question. What the hell was that? What's this about a transmitter?
I didn't trust myself to try and explain it to her. More than likely, she'd just think I was insane. Even I could barely make sense of the sudden influx of new information.
Wait. Don't tell me you're one of the Myrmidons.
No.
Nope. If I was, do you really think I'd reveal myself like this? Out of nowhere, Clover appeared. Fuck! No, go! Leave! Unless everyone's dead, don't come here.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Really?
We're all down in the Floor B warehouse. Well, all of us but Luna and Quark.
Why?
You've still got 45 minutes until the white doors open.
I know that.
Okay. Hey. Wait a minute. I thought UK and Quark didn't know about the white doors.
Tenmyoji told us about them. He said he'd show us where they were, so we all followed him down to the Floor B warehouse.
I'm assuming you left Quark with Luna?
Yeah. Anyway, when we showed up, Phi and Kay were already there.
So?
All of a sudden, Phi, Tenmyoji, and Dio all started yelling at each other.
Oh boy. What?
Why? Did something happen?
According to Clover, the last AB game had been the cause of their fight. Even though Tenmyoji only had one BP, Phi had chosen Betray.
Yeah.
They started a fight, and since Dio had pressed Betray on behalf of his team, eventually he got dragged in too.
That seems odd. Phi only had one BP too. Her choice seems like a perfectly valid defensive move.
Just come with me. Kay's trying to calm them down, but there's only one of him.
Okay. Come on, Alice. Let's go.
Coming.
Oh boy. All right, everybody. We're going to walk into a bloodbath of mistrust.
Jeez.
We're going to open the doors. And this has been going on for a while. As long as nothing crazy is the moment we walk in.
What if we just walk up to Dio, look him in the eyes, and say, completed?
Completed.
How would he react, I wonder?
All four of them were still there when we arrived. They seemed to have calmed down a bit, but the tension in the air was almost visible. I feel like I'd stepped into a room full of flammable gas. Even the smallest spark could turn the whole place into a raging inferno. Even Kay, usually so calm and collected, was standing ramrod straight with his hand balled into a fist at his side. I looked at Alice, pursed my lips, and headed over the angry knot of people occupying most of the room. We're going to deal with that angry knot of people next time. Like a really spicy, overcooked garlic knot.
What? A spicy, overcooked garlic knot.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not? Ha! Funny.
Oh, man.
God, that was awful.